Hey, what's up, everyone? I want to thank everyone for joining in. This is Sean from Blue Ridge Silverhound, and today we're going to talk about Jefferson Nickels. And the number one thing that I wanted to address is why are coins with what they call full steps worth so much money? So there's two different kind of areas in which we're going to focus on. We're going to have perception. Okay, what do people want to get for their coins? Okay, we're going to use eBay as the absolute best medium in trying to figure out how much people want for their coins. So we have perception, we have reality. Okay, we're going to take a look at the coins again that people are asking big money for. And then we're going to take a look at the realities. Okay, the reality is, are these things selling as high as what's indicative of some of the asking prices on some of the other coins? How is the market today in Jefferson Nickels? Okay, we're going to see, based off of the listings that's on there that people are asking, various amounts of money for. Okay, how much are coins selling for? Are people paying, like the coin that you see on the screen, $45,000 for some of the tougher dated, as they call it, full steps coins? Okay, the 1965 Jefferson Nickel, of course, is going to be the first coin that we're going to focus on this particular broadcast. So we're going to kind of drill down on some of these coins, kind of identify certain coins that are, better in the market today, I guess. Not exactly hot, but coins that are that sell consistently for a good deal of money. So that way you guys can tailor your searching desires, especially for those of you that like to cherry pick the highest possible grade coins, especially the earlier, late 30s, 40s, and 50s, and sometimes 60s, although that can get kind of risky in itself, and I'll tell you why here momentarily. But you'll tailor your cherry picking and your searching, all right, for these particular decades and dates. So that way you could kind of monetize off of it. All right. So first of all, we're going to look at some listings that are perception. Okay. This is exactly what people want to try and get for their coin. In the case of this 1965 Jefferson Nickel that you see here, it's $45,000 or best offer. Okay. Now the first absolute question that you have to ask yourself: is it worth $45,000, and why? It's a PCGS Mid-State 66 with full steps. Okay, now the guy that's selling it, he's one of the big boys in the industry, so he knows a thing or two about coins of this nature. And the coin looks like it's something that you could possibly find and change. It's more likely that this is a coin that you're going to find searching through BU rolls, okay, as an example, more so than you would trying to find one going through rolls at the bank. But you never know. Coins like this, for some reason, end up in either pocket change or going through coin rolls as you're hunting through them. People are under the impression, okay, that haven't watched Blue Ridge Silverhound, of course, that coins like this are simply not worth face value. Or maybe at one point they've taken it to a pawn shop or a coin dealer who doesn't particularly fancies himself with graded coins. They'll go there, they'll tell them, hey, you know what, I'll buy it for face, or you could take it to the bank and just dump it. All right, so it's not that you can't find these, it's just the method in which these are seeded into circulation. And it happens pretty much on a daily basis as people want to move these coins. So understanding just the nature of where these kind of pop up is important in trying to identify hotbeds of old stashes of coins that you could possibly search through and take advantage of. So $45,000, that's a tough one. It's a tough date. Is it worth that at 66 with full steps? Okay, it's an attractive coin. As you guys know, there's something to be said about coins that have decent looking steps on Monticello on the reverse with a few nicks. Okay, in this case, as you can see, there are a few nicks, which are more likely just planchet nicks. Okay, they were there before the strike, as opposed to the coins kind of banging up on each other, causing these little nicks. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of other nicks, and then the tinier, more microscopic they are, the more than likely that they're going to be just planchet nicks, coins that are little tiny nicks that were on the blank before it was struck. So just because a coin is struck, okay, especially on a planchet that's all nicked up and scratched up, you're still going to see those in some way. All right, especially in the higher relief areas, that doesn't receive as much of a pressurization from the strike. So, right in the middle of the coin, where the actual facade front area of Monticello exists, is going to receive less of the pressure on the strike, whereas the flat field areas and all that stuff will receive more. What I did was I brought up PCGS. Okay, so we're going to look at the actual price guide on here at this 1965 Jefferson Nickel. Okay, and I'm going to let you guys know this video might be a little long because we're going to go through a number of auctions, but it'll give you an idea of what you have here. So we're going to go ahead and advance all the way to 65. Here we are. All right, and it's even got the legend up top of the grades. So in 1965, with full steps, as you can see, there's only a price value of $5,000 at 65. Okay, that's interesting. There is one in existence at a 66. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to click on that particular part here. Again, you want to make sure it's full steps. There's the 66 FS. As a matter of fact, that's the same coin that we're looking at on eBay. And as you can see, there is only one graded as such. So here's an interesting reality that we're facing here. There is only one coin in existence at 66 full steps, and this seller pretty much wrote in his own valuation for it. Okay, and then of course he's he's taking best offers for this coin. So it might sell for $30,000, it might sell for $37,500, it might sell for $20,000. It really depends on how much this individual, this seller, is willing to go low on. Okay, it is the only one there. It is unique in a sense. So yeah, when you have a coin in which only one exists, you can pretty much write your own value on this coin. It's phenomenal to even see a coin like this and just to kind of like trip over it in the course of our investigation. And, it's just, you don't see stuff like this. Not that often, that's for sure. So, anyways, pretty interesting. Okay, so we're going to skip all the funny like die trial stuff. Here's a 61 that they're asking $22,500. It's a mid-state 66 full steps. Another tough date. And what I did was, we're looking at every single Jefferson Nickel date from 1938 all the way to present. And it just so happens, and I'm doing from highest price to descending order. The highest price coins are 1960s. And then you get down here to 1939. This one is an NGC Mid-State 68 with 5 full steps. Okay, the numerical grade is an absolute beast of grade, in spite of the fact that it is only a 5 FS. Okay, there is a 6 FS in PCGS coin grading speak. Okay, a 6 FS is really full steps. 5 FS, they wouldn't grade it as a full steps coin. So that's kind of like the weak side of NGC grading. Even though you get a 5 FS designation, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get all full steps money. All right, so this is the reverse of 1940. It's got the sharp steps on the reverse, whereas the reverse of 38 or no 39 will have the wavy steps. So they're not as even and chiseled as the reverse of 1940. So you have a 1971 No S proof nickel. Again, it's supposed to have an S mint mark. This particular coin is a proof 69 DCAM by PCGS, Pop 180. This pricing right here for $15,000 is a little bit on the high side. I've seen these coins sell for around 10, but I don't know. It's a Pop 18 with none finer, which makes this a pretty tough coin in itself. So again, it's a registry set coin. A lot of these are. People are buying the highest absolute finest pieces. It's all bragging rights at this point. You know, it's a lot of people with some very deep pockets buying these coins. So you have some more 1940s. You got 41 NGC, Mid-State 68, 5 full steps. You have 45D, same deal. 5 full steps, Mid-State 68, and it looks like these are all the same seller. You just kind of tell with the photos. A 42D, 5FS, individual sent it to NGC because they knew that they would get the best chance of a full steps coin with NGC, even though it is a 5 full stepper. Okay, so all these prices are probably inflated double because 5 full step coins typically in these easier to find dates for full steps aren't worth nearly as much in the marketplace. Here's the 59D PCGS Mid-State 66 plus full steps, a tough date. It's a Pop 1 with none finer. So this one right here, this is another instance where this individual kind of like wrote out a price tag, you know, and is kind of entertaining offers. It might be on the low side. I have a feeling that this, above all else, on the top of this list of eBay coins, this one will probably sell here really soon. Just based off of, you know, the information that's provided. It's a nice looking, acceptable coin for a Jefferson registry set. And this is going to be a type of coin that people are going to want. Okay, it would be a different story if it was an NGC Mid-State 66 plus with 5 full steps. It wouldn't be worth about probably 10% of this amount of money right here. Here's another good one. Okay, this is a 39 doubled Monticello Jefferson Nickel. So this is the doubled die reverse. This is the one that you guys already probably know about. It's a very strong, dramatic doubled die. Okay, and this one is a really nice grade. Mid-State 66 plus with full steps. Again, this is going to be another coin that sooner or later it's going to sell. You know, the 59D and this one, I would have a feeling these are going to sell within the next maybe 2 to 3 months. And I might be overshooting it a little bit. It might even be sooner than that. Because these coins right here are some of the top end type coins. Everybody loves the 42D over D, which is horizontal in nature, the secondary D on there. This is a really nice, acceptable graded coin at a PCGS Mid-State 65 FS. This is another coin that is really easy to sell. I don't know if this price is in line with the actual kind of market value of this type of variety, but people love this variety. This is like one of the top 3 varieties that you could find in the Jefferson Nickel series. So there will be a buyer for that one. This one right here is awfully auspicious. 1984D Jefferson Nickel Annex Mid-State 65 5 full steps, proof like. Super rare, population 1 of 1. Well, of course it is 1 of 1. You sent it to Annex. Nobody sends nickels to Annex for full step designation. Silly goose. This is way out of line. That's high. 1984D is a well-struck coin. Okay, so there's not much a whole lot else to say about this coin right here. I mean, we could go in the PCGS website to confirm things, but I'm almost certain that. Okay, 84D full steps. All right, so this pretty much tells it all. So in 66 plus with full steps, you're talking about a PCGS price guide of $11.50. And this person right here is selling an Annex graded 65 with 5 full steps. It's not even 6 full steps. So this one right here is probably the one that, it would be buyer beware. All right, because it is priced probably $9,300, way too high, even with the PL designation, because we are talking about coins that are progressively getting better in quality. So, you are going to have a lot of PL coins. Just because Annex and NGC and now PCGS can designate PLs, and you see the first pop 1 of 1, and it's like, well, you guys just launched the PL designation through your coin grading service on these business strike coins. It hasn't even gotten out there yet, so there's going to be a lot of 1 of 1s out there. In this case, this coin just doesn't make sense for that type of money. And then just going on, down the line, you still have your requisite, full steps coins. We're going to stay away from the actual sets. Here's a 53D. This one is a bomb, Mid-State 67, full steps, top pop, 3 at this grade with 0 finer. Priced at $15.5, and they're selling it for $74.50. Okay, that'll be a coin that'll sell eventually. NGC graded coins. God bless NGC. There are certain things that they do extremely well. It would be in their best interest if they got rid of 5FS altogether. It's like, people will. I know why they're doing it. They're doing it so that way they could have kind of like this extra kind of service, I guess, that PCGS doesn't offer. It's like, hey, you know what? If it doesn't get full steps at PCGS, you could always bring it to us. If you get 5FS, it'll still be worth a lot of money. Okay, and the market indicates that people aren't paying ridiculous amounts of money for 5FS. Okay, maybe on coins like the 1965, if NGC graded one with 5FS, that would still be an expensive coin, probably $5,000 to $10,000 at that same grade. So we've taken a good look, and I've taken up 17 minutes of your time looking at these coins. So what I want to do now is take a look at the sold items. Okay, so we saw perception. Here's reality. So we're going to start off with one of the toughest coins to find with full steps, and it's, guess what? It's by PCGS. 1960. Mid-State 66 Plus. This coin looks fabulous. It's a marquee example of this coin at that grade level. Only 24 examples graded with full steps. This is the top pop. This is the highest one. 15 grand right there. So if you guys are going to cherry pick any coin, it's going to be 1960. Put that on your list. This one sold easily July 18th, a couple days ago. Pretty crazy. So we took a large drop from $15,000. Okay, we're looking at the last 90 days of activity on eBay. 15K all the way down to $4,750 for this 1944D Jefferson Nickel, PCGS Mid-State 68 full steps. These coins are well struck to begin with, so this is probably a top pop coin for the amount of money it's sold for. But just keep in mind, coins at a lesser grade like 66 full steps and 67 are a lot more affordable. So if you were going to cherry pick this particular date, you want to make sure it be absolutely discerning in terms of your grading. Don't be ultra conservative. Be tough on yourself when you're trying to find coins like this. So 100 rolls bag, 4,000. Okay, yeah, it's Silver War Nickel, junk, silver. 1951D Jefferson Nickel, Mid-State 67, full steps. Okay, so the coins have to almost grade at 67 or 68 for people to kind of raise attention and actually see these coins for what they are. This one sold for $27.50. Believe it or not, here's a 2018P. I think I talked about this one in a Monday Market Report at one time. Mid-State 68, full steps. It's a top pop one in that grade, none finer, and as it shows, $2,700. Word of caution. If you guys are making any intent whatsoever to grade out any post-2000, the year 2000 Jefferson Nickel, it is a bloodbath, okay, if you don't know what you're doing. All right, if you do know what you're doing, it could rip you one. These coins on its face can look absolutely perfect, but I guarantee you the graders are absolutely tough on these coins. So you want to heed caution. You will end up throwing away good money after bad, trying to just, focus on grading out these post-2000 Jefferson Nickels and trying to flip them to make money. It can be done, but you have to be absolutely hard on yourself with the grading, okay? If you think it looks perfect and you're using a 10 times power magnifier, you better grab a 20 times power magnifier, because if you see any blemish whatsoever on any facet of the coin, more than likely it's not going to grade a 68, okay? Maybe not even a 67. You want it to be as perfect as possible. So we have another Silver War 43S. Okay, it's a 67 plus full steps, 2100. It seems to me kind of like the sweet spot for dollar values that people are comfortable paying for is between that, like, let's say $1,500 to $2,500. It's not a blight whatsoever on eBay, but people will typically, if they're looking for, like, say, that 1965 Jefferson Nickel that they're asking $45,000 for, oftentimes people will kind of run towards a bigger auction house like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, Legend Morphe, Stax Bowers, to name a few, David Lawrence, for those type of coins. Okay, and it's more so because you're paired up with a consignment director or whoever, they will roll out the red carpet if you buy one of these coins. If you spend $10,000, $5,000, you probably will get an email or a call from someone directly from your auction house to congratulate you on the purchase. So it's just an extra kind of like extra added service that eBay just doesn't provide. Plus their return policies and fraud protection and all that is second to none. eBay is pretty good, but they're not those companies because they deal with high-end rarities of extraordinary value on the daily basis. So that's funny. There's Great Britain 5-pound Coronation coin. What the heck are these doing here? Okay, so, there's some pretty nice acceptable coins as you go down. Proof 67 plus 38. FS402. This one is, I don't know what the FS402 is. That might be kind of like a reverse of 39 or something. I'm not sure, but so late 30s, 38, 39, 40s, 50s, and a couple 60s. It's funny. There's a 1970S, Mid-State 66, full steps PL. It's even proof-like with full steps. It's a pop one. So let's see what this one's about. I think we're going to call it quits. I'm more interested in what that reverse looks like. It looks pretty good. It's got a few planchet marks. There are a number of planchet marks. This one's a tough call. I'm kind of 50-50 on this one, on whether or not it should have received a full steps. It's a little bit weak on that bottom 6th step. It's almost kind of like melding into the 5th step. This one is extra close. That's probably why it got a 5 full steps. Is because that bottom step was pretty weak. But the nicks and planchet marks are substantial enough that maybe, on a good day, it probably won't be full steps. But we are talking NGC. They're just a smidgen more relaxed on that sort of grading criteria than PCGS. PCGS, if you set this coin, they will not grade it full steps. First of all, it needs to be 6 full steps, and this one's just 5. But what do you guys think? I would love to hear what you guys think about these coins. You know, it's challenging as all get out. People have spent many thousands of dollars to try and do this, and it's not for the faint of heart. But if you want to get into it and you really kind of like dig down deep and sink your teeth into this series, and you begin to kind of just like research the ins and outs of various dates, you know, that have full step strikes, or, you know, some coins that don't, that have a lot more challenge, you know. Case in point, the early and mid 60s and into the, you know, the early 70s are a great example of the most challenging decades of Jefferson Nickels to get into, but it can be rewarding. You could hit home runs with it. You just need to dig deep and really be focused on the grading. All right, it takes some time, takes a lot of work, takes a lot of practice. Eventually, you will get it, and you know there are going to be times where you're going to waste money trying to grade stuff that you think might, you know, cut the mustard, and it really just doesn't. So, anyways, I think I'm going to cut it there. 26 minutes in of just pure, unadulterated Jefferson Nickel fun. If you guys enjoy Jefferson Nickels, you want to dig into this, you can. You know, there are grades that are far more affordable if you want to collect an entire date set. And these things are just going to grow in popularity as supplies dry up. So keep that in mind. Take that into consideration as well. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed tonight's content. And as always, we are discovering together. You guys enjoy this hobby, and I shall see you next time. Take care.